Hello students, today will be discuss about character of चंपा। ये चंपा का करेक्टर है द 7 स्टेप्स अराउंड द फायर, जो कि महेश दत्तानी ने लिखा है। ओके, चंपा इज द गुरु, द हेड ऑफ द हिजड़ा, हैव टू ओबे हर एंड दे डू नॉट एंटर हर रूम freely. She has won the faith of all her companions, and the Hijras also love her like a mother. She takes care of all them, and her decision is final in any case. In the first meeting, we find her, an elderly Hijra, is fanning herself with a delicate punk and reading Femina. Okay. First, she is certainly educated. Champa is the guru, the head of the Hijra community in the town. Okay. She is an elderly Hijra and generally keeps herself aloof, except a few persons like Anarkali and Kamla. The other Hijras have to obey her, and they do not enter her room freely. She has won the faith of all her companions, and the Hijra also love her like a mother. She takes care of all them, and her decision is final in any case. Okay. Next, Champa is fearless. She knows how to welcome her guests, but she is not afraid if men like Salim threaten her. First, she suspects that Uma has been sent by police, but when she is sure of the intentions of Uma, she talks to her lovingly. She is internally satisfied when Uma tells her that Anarkali is well, and she hopes that she will be soon released. Like an elderly mother, she does not hesitate in scolding even Uma for bringing so much money and says, "Are you mad? Hold the bag tightly. You should not bring so much money to such places." Okay. Champa is fearless and dominating till the end of the play. She realizes that Uma has brought money for the release of Anarkali from jail, but this does not mean that she will be insulted in her own home. Once Uma suspects that Champa may have a hand in the murder of Kamla. This is of my house. This is too much for her head, and she threatens Uma, "Take your money and get out of my house. Go, this is my house. In my house you respect me." This is enough to show that she is very well conscious of her self-respect and will not allow anybody to insult her. Next, a loving nature. Salim continuously comes to her for the box of Kamla, but instead of being afraid of him, she tells him directly, "And don't come to my house like this." But the same Champa, assured of the good intentions of Uma, shows her the trunk of Kamla. Her deeply loved nature makes her a great character. She knows that Hijras are not respected in the world anywhere, so she does not like that Kamla can be happy with Salim. Out of her own world, she loves Kamla most of all, even more than her own daughter. You don't know how much we all loved her. You will not understand. I loved her more that you can love your daughter. Her loving nature is realized in her behavior with Anarkali when she is released from jail, or which some Champa has pawned all her jewelry. Anarkali is badly wounded because she has like a child. Kamla has also put the whole faith in the Champa and sends the picture of her marriage to her through Anarkali. She now realizes that there is no world for them and tells pathetically, "We cannot speak. When we want to speak, nobody listens when we cannot speak." Next, a character impresses us the most. Her character impresses us the most. She is tired of this neglected life, so makes Anarkali the head of the Hijra. Mr. Sharma requests her to help him to silencing his angry and disturbed son. But she simply says, "Even God does not listen to us." She sends a locket with a special mantra for Uma that she may be blessed with children. She leaves the city and goes to live in Bombay with her sister forever. In the light of the important characters in Dattani's play, 7 steps around the fire. Okay. Actually, almost all the important incidents evolve out of their mutual encounter, their problem and the efforts to solve them. She is a pathetic figure who suffers severely, although she is not at fault in the least. If we judge her impartially, we will find that she undergoes untold miseries and tortures only because she is truthful, gentle and too loving. She is a Hijra and has her own importance in her community. After Kamla, she is the closest and most important, and when Kamla has been murdered, she has the rightful claim to get the throne and to become the head of the Hijras, and she gets it at the end. The most important quality in the character and personality. Of Anarkali, loving nature and honesty. She loves Kamla even more than her real sister would have done. She knows the way of the world. When Kamla goes out with Salim, she has no objection, but when she comes to know about her relations with Subbu, she is deeply alarmed, particularly that she was going to marry him. She knows well that these people are not true to anybody. She tells Uma at the end of the play, "First I thought Salim was taking her for his own pleasure. When she told me about Subbu, Salim was taking her for his own pleasure. When she told me about Subbu, madam, I tried to stop her. I fought with her. But at this activity was not out of some hatred of jealousy. Rather, she wanted to save Kamla from any future danger, because she guessed that her marriage with Subbu will certainly bring some great calamity in her life. So I scratched her face, hoping she will become ugly and Subbu will forget her. But nothing happened like this. They married privately in some distant temple, and in spite of her opposition to this marriage, she was herself present there. It is because of his closeness and her love that Kamla gave her a picture of her marriage to be given to Champa. We can realize her loving nature in her behavior with Uma also. She at once realizes the innocence and nobility of Uma's nature and establishes a sisterhood with her in the very beginning. In their first meeting in the office, she affectionately offers, "If you were a Hijra, I would have made you my sister." And this relation of sisterhood continues between them till the end of the play. Her sweet behavior has influenced Uma so deeply that she is prepared to help her get her out of jail on bail, and for this she goes to the extent of telling lies to her husband and father. In the play, the most impressive feature of her personality is her honesty, devotion, and dedication. She knows that the life of Hijra is become an object of pity and sympathy of the readers. When Uma asks her to tell something about her life, she says in very moving words, "What is there to tell?" I sing with other hijras at wedding, and when a child is born, people give us money, otherwise I will put a curse on them. Her tone is extremely touching when she requests Uma to save her, or she will. I did not do anything to Kamla. She was my sister. Uma presses to tell the name of real murder, but she will not disclose because she fears that will be fatal for her. She knows the real murders of Kamla, but she will not open her mouth in any cases because this will be dangerous to many other hijras. She pathetically laments they will kill me also if I tell the truth. If don't tell the truth, I will die in jail. We see her badly injured that and broken-hearted when Champa has got her release from her jail. Her love for Champa is also boundless, whom she treats like her mother. She realizes the fact that Uma certainly desires to help her, but she cannot do it because of her husband, and so advises her not to involve herself in this case. She says, "Don't put your position in danger. Go home." She is a woman of determination and is looking for a proper occasion to disclose the whole secret of Kamla's murder. She knows that Mr. Sharma is behind this murder and he could not tolerate the marriage of Shubhu and Kamla. So he gave the charge of killing Kamla to Salim. She confirms from Uma that she will be present at Shubhu's marriage with her husband and plans immediately. She reached the wedding ceremony with Champa and other hijras, and as soon as the notices that Subbu is angry with his father, she comes forward in spite of Salim's order to stay behind. She quickly gives that picture of their wedding to Subbu, which makes him almost mad. She says, "These people cannot take the away from you."